There has been talk after Game 7 with Steph, the legacy talk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love all the legacy stuff.
Yeah.
But it is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to give Steph a notch up to Mount Rushmore automatically because of Game 7. But position here, I think, to certainly establish himself as one of the 4 or 5 greatest all-time players if they do end up winning a championship. I hate doing this, but I love your perspective on things. You're Mount Rushmore right now.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know you've been asked this, but I haven't heard it, so I'm curious.
Well, I definitely have 3, and then the 4th I kind of go right. I go around on. Definitely 3 for me, without question. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Kareem. I go with those 3. Then I think there's great debates to be had. Magic probably for me would be of those other guys. Kobe, I think Kobe's in that discussion. You can't say Kobe's not in the mix for one of those spots. Is it Wilt? Some people would put Wilt Chamberlain there. I struggle with that because it's harder for me, I'll be honest, with guys that I just never saw play. It's just harder for me. I can go look at all the stats I want to, but I can also go look at how many teams are in the league and what the competition look like and all that too. It's harder for me, but some people would put him there just based on the statistical dominance. There's such incredible separation with what he did. So I think he'd be in the mix. Is Curry approaching that?
For me?
Yeah,
for sure. Even without a championship this year.
Can you ever recall a guy that was already a great player climb this many rungs in the ladder at this stage of his career based on last year and this year?
No.
I mean, honestly, because going into last season, most people, if the conversation came up ranking players, right? Curry, top 20 for sure. Some people might have said top 15. I don't think a lot of people were saying top 10 prior to last season. They win another championship. Post Durant, he has, maybe the most important game of his career in Game 4 in Boston, right? With dropping 43, down 2-1. So they get through that. And now here we are again. Now look, is it going to take him winning a championship to do that? Yeah, probably. He needs to maybe add one if we start to talk about Mount Rushmore category. That there's a lot of work left to do. He might not even get through this series, so we got to see how that plays out. But my point is to go from, say, 20th to now a guy that we're talking about possibly being in the top 5. He did all of that groundwork in the last couple of years, really, is when he elevated to this level. You just typically don't see that for guys in their mid-30s to have that much more to grab. That's what I've said all along. He's got more to gain from this whole thing, this whole discussion about him and LeBron in this series and where these teams go than LeBron does. See, I think LeBron is locked in to 2. He's not going to win a championship and leapfrog Michael Jordan. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
No matter what he does.
Truthfully, in people's eyes, and I'm not saying this does not, but in people's eyes, he's not going to win 2 more.
Correct.
And leapfrog Michael Jordan.
Correct.
Because everybody's always going to bring up the losses without any context.
Yeah, I just think that's the way it's going to be for him. So he's locked in at 2. And he's not going to get caught.
That's what I think too.
He's not getting caught from behind. Wait, what happened now? 3rd? Yeah. What happened here? That's not going to happen either. That's why I think he's kind of locked in. His legacy's very cemented, and this will be great. It may be one of the crown jewels of his career to pull this off with that team and beat Steph in the process. Great. I think he's locked in at 2. I think Curry has more to grab.
If Draymond doesn't have a certain punch in 2016, where is Steph, do you think, in this conversation?
Yeah, he's already probably there. He's already there. If everything else plays out the same way?
Yep.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The only thing I don't know about that is the domino of the Kevin Durant effect, right? So does he still go? So basically what you're saying is if they win that series, does Durant still go? We'll never know the answer to that. A lot of people say no. Maybe he would have anyway.
Yeah.
So if you're saying take that away, assume they win that championship, and everything else since then plays out exactly the same way that it has, he's there.